Welcome to a new episode of World Stories. We'll be taking you on an exciting journey all over the world, full of very strange fun facts and stories in our journey this week. Get ready to explore the new festival crafted precisely to tell the tale of Wild West. Who's a fan of Halloween? What about a Turkish traditional festival similar to Halloween? We'll take you there. Siberian mechanics make Mad Max cars look tame. We'll check them out together. This and much more exciting stories in a journey around the world. Fasten your seatbelts. If you consider yourself among the Wild West obsessed, you're lucky because there's a new festival in Bahrain crafted precisely to tell the tale of the American frontier. Major elements of the clothing, food, music, and most importantly, the cultural values and attitudes deriving from Mexican as well as Southern American are on display. Get ready to meet cowboys, crazy bulls, cattle, horses, and let's not ruin the surprises. Let's go!
Get ready for a ride like no other into the West. Let's go! Jen, what is this cowboy doing on this angry bull?
This cowboy, he's especially training his skills how to ride the angry bull.
So what are they trying to prove? Like bravery or?
This is especially aimed at their core position because they have to ride on the bull or the horse only with one hand. So it means right or left hand, the one that is stronger. They are holding very strong the bull or this angry bull, and one hand has to be in the air, you see, and they have to copy the moves of the bull or of the horse, and they practicing it on this equipment.
So I see a lot of people here falling down after a minute of practice.
No, I think they are falling down after 2 seconds of practice because it is very hard. You need to have a strong body to be able to resist this equipment or the true bull or true horse.
We have here a mix of 3 cultures. Jen will tell us more.
Hi guys, let me introduce for you all cultures that were on the Wild West. To the Western style definitely belongs cowboys, and I would like to tell you why they are wearing what they are wearing. So, for example, you can see on this cowboy, he has his rope because he had to catch bulls, of course, because he wants to sell them and to have money. So it was like a kind of a way of life how to earn money. Another thing is that he needs to have his scarf because very many times it was windy, so he need to cover his face like this. And
I never knew that.
Everything has its purpose. Another thing is that he is wearing, I don't know if you can see it, but he is wearing chaps. It's a leather thing which was put on their legs to cover and protect their legs when riding on the horse. Yes? And a special thing is, please show your buckle. So this is also some kind of design thing, but it has also its usage. when the cowboy was sitting on the horse, there is a staff on the saddle which is dangerous for their belly. That's why they used to wear these big buckles. So this is as to the cowboy, and of course gun, necessary stuff for every cowboy.
And now let's move to the next culture.
Next culture definitely were Indians. As you can see, we have 3 types of them. There were a lot of tribes of Indians on the Wild West. One of the famous are, for example, Apache or Cheyennes, and this one exactly represents Apache, for example. Yes, his costume is more or less similar like their Apache used to wear. And what was typical about Indians, they always wear something like headbands on their hands, and also the tribes differentiate between themselves according to colors, yes, and also according to patchwork on their headbands. They used to very many times use feather, as you can see, and make their wearings colorful. And this is special thing.
What's the reason behind feathers? I always wanted to know.
It was natural. They wanted to show, for example, when they're gonna to fight or to catch animals, they put their colors, you see, to feel like very strong and be brave, and this is like a ritual thing. Yes? And I would like to continue with this thing. It is so-called peace pipe, and it was very many times used when Apache or Indians had meetings with the cowboys or the other citizens, and it was used for discussion, and when they deal on something they smoke this thing to make it like a deal, and let's go in peace and be friends forever. Yes, like this.
But first I want to ask you about the stick. It looks different.
Yes, the stick is different, and it is something what was wearing the head of the tribe, like his stick to symbolize his power and wise or wisdom.
I see some horns here.
To show their power, they brave and they hunt that animal. So Indians used to do it like this.
Yes. Strong and victorious.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Mexicano, hello.
Hola. So inseparable part of the Western style is definitely Mexican culture. Its deep roots are in Spanish and Portuguese culture, who invented America, and they bring this style in America. So they are like very close together, and still now when you visit Mexico or Spain, you see some similar things in their wearings, for example, or in their also language. And another thing is that he's wearing 2 specific things of Mexican culture, and it is sombrero, his big hat. It used to be really nice way decorated. As you can see, they very often used silver and gold colors, and they also used to put silver and gold on the heads, as far there was a gold fever or gold rush, you see, on the Klondike. And another thing is his poncho, and it is his coat, which was decorated with colors, and also the colors were based from the location to location. So some of them they put like a pink color or blue color, and the other like a location they were used to, for example, white and yellow and red. So it again depends.
Okay, tell us about this one.
Yes, this one is a modern version of cowboy, but it also comes from past, because when cowboys had a leisure time and they also want to have a fun, they do it like several ways. Either they dance, for example, cowboy dances, or they ride bulls. Yes, so it was another version, and especially this one, modern cowboy, he has a very nice shirt on him. And this is another very nice and modern thing. You can see the bull bones. Yes, on his. It is the name for it is bolo. Yeah. This thing is named bolo, and he's also wearing special chaps, which are short, and these chaps are used to wear when you do the rodeo contest. So especially rodeo was the other thing. So this cowboy we can call like a rodeo cowboy. Cowboys were supposed to catch wild horse and ride on that horse without saddle. It was like a kind of, again, game or contest in between them. You see, on the Wild West, the cowboys like to compete in between themselves, who is stronger, who is like more powerful, and things like this.
And after the simulation we've seen here, Maad will tell us the story of the West.
All right, the story of the West that you just saw on the stage, it showcased how there were three natives, the Western natives, and how they were living their life, and they had the different traditions and cultures, and how in the mid-1500s we had the Spaniards coming in the Mexico City as well, and the whole Mexican, the whole western side. And of course there was a clash, as we all saw. There was a lot of killing, but of course in the end it came down to a point where both of the civilizations agreed to live on regular grounds, like I would say, like similar points. So here we had the story of how the Western civilization in general survived the Spaniards in around 1500s.
Awesome. I know you have very valuable information about horses. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Our cowboy here. I know horses mean a lot to cowboys and to you, of course. Tell me more.
Yes, indeed, you heard that right. The horses, they had a very a status signature to cowboys, especially the West civilization at that time. Since we talked about how it all started with the Spaniards going to the Mexico area in around 1500s, they had a good amount of cavalry with them as well. So right now, if you go visit Mexico, which I believe you should give it a try, you will see a lot of Spanish horses there being bred beautifully. They take a lot of prestige in their horses, and of course when it came to cowboy, if you might have heard, the longer the hat, the stronger the cowboy is. They also had this prestigious signal of showing that the bigger the horse, the bigger the wilder the stallion, the more stronger the cowboy is. So it was a social status that was established by the cowboys in the West.
Get ready to dance with people with painted faces to the beat of drums to mark the annual night of Bukuk celebration, the Turkish traditional festival similar to Halloween. Dressed as zombies, people roam this Turkish village at night to make spooky sounds, but it's all in fun as they celebrate a local annual tradition. The festival, called Night of Bukuk, is named after a family of ghosts that appears on the coldest and longest nights of the year. Woo! According to an old legend, Bukuk brings chaos and ill health, and the only way to avoid its curse is by eating a traditional pumpkin dessert. What a yummy solution! Some people wear masks and costumes, while others paint their faces, then head out to the street festivities. People from all ages take part in the fun. While some are dancing to the beat of drums, others are having a taste of the pumpkin dessert central to the festival. I want to try that! The traditional dates back hundreds of years and came to Turkey from the neighboring Balkans. Visitors also come to the village to join in the spirit of the night. The more we learn, the more we realize how little we know about the world. Let's explore some interesting and entertaining facts to twist your brain and tickle your curiosity. If you think that you're looking to an entire lush green forest of trees, you have guessed it incorrectly. You are actually looking at the largest cashew tree. Yes, it's one single tree that covers about 2 acres, almost the size of 2 football fields, equivalent to about 70 normal-sized cashew trees. Wow! That's a cute one. A baby calf bends down to drink directly by its mouth. Although it only takes a newborn elephant few hours to master standing and walking, it needs about a year to figure out how to use its trunk. I bet all musicians know this one. Violin bows are commonly made from horsehair. Saint Lucia is the only country in the world named after a woman. In the wilds of Siberia, there is a special fan club for mechanics who make post-apocalyptic Mad Max movie-style cars. Unlike the prototypes in the movie, they drive not along sandy deserts, but across the ice and snow in a frozen wilderness where anything goes. This isn't a movie set. It's the frozen surface of Lake Baikal. And these Mad Max-style cars spinning on the ice are built by a group of mechanics with a passion for the action film's post-apocalyptic vehicles. These cars don't just look mean and tough, they can drive off-road in the harshest Siberian terrain. For mechanic and car maker Roman Nikitin, it's about more than aesthetics. It takes between 2 and 3 months to transform a car from a road vehicle into one of Nikitin's monsters. Nikitin is not joking. It's sometimes taking a large bore shotgun to take the effect he's after. His love for automobiles stretches back to his childhood when he spent a lot of time in the garage with his father repairing their old Soviet cars. Each car is developed with a unique style based on what raw materials he finds and what he can engineer them into. One of the cars in his garage was created because he'd found some metal netting which he could bend and shape. Work here never stops, nor does the inspiration for those cars. Creating a car this way is not cheap, and riding such monsters on public roads is prohibited, so most of the time they stay in the garage. But most of the owners are prepared to pay big money to get something exclusive. Everything it finds has potential, and the material can come from any array of sources.
На самом деле, автобус, говорю, тут все максимально необычно. Даже вот элементарно вот окно будет.
From social media, we got you a video showing what happened when two cats went to a fancy restaurant. The service at this restaurant is perfect. With this, we have arrived at our last station. If you have any suggestions of things that you want us to cover or even social media videos that you want us to share, please send it to the email listed below. Looking forward to hearing from you. Goodbye and see you next week with new facts, journeys and world stories.